You were quoted as saying you had the Prime Minister right your first meeting, I believe, and then you had him there since. Is that
Yes,
what you're pertaining to?
yes,
What?
yes, yes.
What?
Well, because during the coup, when my royal party was thrown out of the country, I was being interviewed by NBC and CNN and any journalist that would let me talk. I was calling Hun Sen a murderer, a gangster, and nothing better than Pol Pot. Because that's how I really felt at the time. But then when I had to go to the only person who could give me land and help me was Hun Sen, and from my first meeting with him and all the generosity that he's given since then, I've changed my mind about him, and he knows that. We're all products of what we are told by other people. And, well, exactly like your program. And I was told things about Hun Sen that I found out later were not true.
Okay. This question was actually brought up, and I'm going to ask you this. This is from a reader. Are you in bed with the Cambodian government?
Politically, yes. I don't think anybody wants a 68-year-old woman without any breasts, so we won't go down there. But politically, yes, I'm an avid supporter of the CPP party and Hun Sen, and so are my children. He's been out here several times, and he protects us, and he gives us respect.
What does he get in return?
Pardon?
What does he get for that? For all that special purpose?
Well, I really think that all he gets is a feeling that he's doing something good, compared to maybe other times when he doesn't get that feeling.
You're 100% certain on that.
He doesn't get. I don't give him anything except the satisfaction of having helped us, and he knows that.
Political clout, maybe.
Pardon?
Political clout.
But he doesn't need my political clout. I'm just an old lady in the provinces of Cambodia looking after a couple of hundred children. I don't have any political clout.
Well, that's not entirely true because you are the only Australian national that has had a Cambodian or foreign national, right? That makes you a special person, Geraldine.
Back in the days when I was given that is true, but since then there's been dozens and dozens of people from non-Cambodian countries that have been given citizenship. I was just one of the early ones. And that was from Hun Sen asking the king to give it to me. I never applied for it. But since then, many, many other people have had that honour. And I'm so proud to be a Cambodian. I really am.
Are you dual citizen then?
Yeah, dual citizen, yeah.
Okay, it's a curious question. What prompts Australia is a first world country? Cambodia, we would consider it as a third world country. What prompts somebody to get a nationality from a third world country?
Well, it was offered.
In your case.
I didn't apply for it. It was offered to me, and when it was offered to me, I saw it as a great honour. Australia has given me a wonderful, safe, loving, nurturing childhood. Not all that great an education. I left school when I was 15. But my life in Australia has given me the morals that I have today. But what Cambodia has given me, stepping out of my comfort zone for the first time in my life, is it's taught me what I can achieve. And it's not really until your back's against the wall do you know who you are and what you can do. And I'm proud of finding out who I am and what I can do. The love that the children give to me is tangible, real, and gives me immense pleasure. And I would never want to go back to Australia to live for the rest of my life. Here is where I want to spend my last days.
So you would give up that Australian nationality if you...
No, I don't need to give it up. But if I had to, I would. But that's not required of me because we have dual citizenship.
Right. Well, you're aware that you have quite a few detractors of the not so fond of Geraldine Cox. What do you say to these people?
You can't have everybody love you. I don't love everybody, and I don't expect everybody to love me. But the ones that do give me money, and I'm very grateful to them. And the ones that don't like me, you don't have to give me your money, so you're free to think what you like.
Any final words, Geraldine? Talk about your homes and what you expect to achieve in 2014.
What I'm hoping in 2014 is for a lot more of our children to do really well in the university in Australia and here. We give them lots of training courses and workshops, and I'm really hoping that the children that are under our care here and in Australia will be part of the new population of Cambodia that will really make a difference in this country. The country is coming out of the mist now, and I am excited about my children being a part of that.
Fine. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I would like to send a message to all the people that are listening. The children know that I give interviews and I make public talks and I go on TV, I go on radio talking about Sunrise and trying to convince people to give me money. And I said to the children, I said, have you got a message that you want me to send to all the people that I'm talking to and in contact with? So the teenage ones went away and they came back with a piece of paper and they said, Mum, would you wish this to all the people that might be thinking of helping us? And I read it and it said, Children of Sunrise, I'm going to get misty now when I say this. The Children of Sunrise wish all of you, listening to Mum, long life, health, strength, wisdom and peace. And I looked at the list and I said to the kids, I said, darlings, wealth's not on there. You don't have wealth on there. And one of my teenage boys, his name's Tang, he's a bit of a handful, and he stood up and he rolled his eyes and he said, Mum, if you've got long life, health, strength, wisdom and peace, you are already rich. And you should know that. Right? So my kids teach me something every day as much as I teach them.
Excellent. It's working out for you, it seems like. You happy? And
Happy, content, yes.
You're passionate about what you're doing?
Absolutely. You couldn't do this sort of work if you weren't passionate about it. And if you didn't get the rewards back that I get. The rewards I get back every day with the children that I'll walk into a classroom and they'll stamp their feet and clap their hands and run up and kiss me. These are the things I dreamt that I always wanted and I thought that I would never have. And now I have in abundance. So what I do is out of selfishness, not out of being a philanthropist.
All right, Geraldine, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much, and I will certainly be in touch.
Okay. Do let me know. I'm sure there's going to be some good and some bad responses, and I'd like to hear about how I can
most definitely.
And thank you for choosing me to win. Thank you.